All right. So you're kicked off. I figure Team Scrim yesterday was a good way to start off like analysis and all that. Because the game's sort of figured out at this point, I think. Well, not sort of figured out, but people might actually be playing things how they're going to play it when the league actually kicks off in, you know, what is it? Like a month or less than 2 months. So we're going to start with Optic London. I think that's a good first series. Dashy's kind enough to have his VODs available, I think, because someone gifted me a sub. So shout out to that guy, men of people. And yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Jump it over.
I'll kick it.
I'm trying left.
Fucking late, dude. These rules are right, yeah?
I think so. I found out.
So no minimap, and even if you go to the tournaments, there's no minimap because Codcaster's broken as always. But you see kind of the general idea here, which is 2 is going to go top here. The other 2 are going to hit left. The idea is to hit left, not right. I'm trying to think in my head why that would be a good idea real quick. I guess you just have more cover to work with on left. You have a more guaranteed trade because odds are that the other team's not going to send 2 right. Or, well, 2 on the same side off rip. Because one of them's going to be getting time. But, yeah. I think these guys have the job of just, like, throwing stuns, making noise, getting a trade if need be. And, hoping their teammates get top hall control here.
What's that mid? What's that mid?
What's top cat going? What's top cat?
And I'm not sure if Dashy ran with his knife out there, but he got beat bad. I actually didn't even know that timing until just right, or just now.
Spawn on left.
Hear that?
I'm on left, okay.
Queen dead.
Deep left, I can't see him.
Top right, top right, top right.
There's a fell break. They spawn in this back left building.
On top.
Probably because the other team is pushed up right side here, on their side of hall, so they spawn deep
Top
left.
cat on time, top cat on time.
Live over here.
I'm trying to get time.
Wait,
He's trying to chase me.
Arch down, last guy, TJ.
Dead. Lobby one
No one's just went to work.
One more lobby.
Yeah, and they completely weren't prepared. You see how out of position the whole other team was? They had no idea, I think, if they were spawning behind them, or what. But I don't think they read the deep left spawn. When the reason Optic spawned where they spawned is because they were OE'd on steps.
I got you.
For sure. Yeah, because you see the spawn right here. You see this spawn, this close spawn, it's because no one is OE'd over here on this part of the minimap towards steps.
Hey, lobby, one shot.
And this spawn is ridiculous, by the way, like spawning 10 meters from the hill. It's a refresher from last year, I guess, like, although you had some close spawns, but...
Oh, it's an absolute, their lobby.
I have the left.
Exactly. Let's side lobby. Let's side arch. Left.
What's top cat? Top cat teach.
I'm gonna help you.
I got through.
Alright.
I'm in the back. I'm trying to play.
And so you see the spawn out here, so you assume one's actually going to be OE'd left or maybe pushed up right side of hill, cutting the left side.
Yeah.
I know we go.
They're hard playing left street. We go right looking. Top truck.
And let's see how much time is left. So it's about the spawn should be flipping.
Peach is on the heady, bro.
I want to know where this guy spawns. I think he'll spawn back new.
On the cat stairs.
Well, that's where he should spawn anyway. I just wanted to know if the respawn timer applied to the countdown. Because at 10 seconds, like as soon as it shows the lock here,
I'm spawning you.
you and the other team start spawning for next hill. And you see here, they didn't spawn in the back because those respawn timers would have been up. Wait, did he spawn here or did he hit this?
Top cat.
Nice job. Last guy mid, right?
I'll get an extra.
I'm not sure if he just spawned there or not.
Ready me mid.
I'm trying to get mid again.
Yeah, keep it middle.
Yeah, mid, no, he switched.
Okay, so you see this close spawn here? That means one's in the back.
Wait.
The slash is front one.
Yeah, and you see the gunfight in the back that Ken was just in? He just died. So they lost spawns here.
He's far right. Far left.
Nice, we're
So they spawned close. He got traded out by somebody. So.
One close to me as well.
I got.
Close front.
Close. Alright, two front door. Nice
One
job.
going to the back.
Shotzi getting a miracle 2-piece. That's ridiculous. Another 4 dead. Since Dashy's pushed up here, I think they spawn like in the middle where the statue is.
Yeah. Get time.
I'm gonna clear.
It's one in the back, I think.
Yeah, so they actually did spawn left. So this spawn might be a little bit finicky. Or it could be because this guy's OE deep. Where is he? And this guy's job is to work spawns for next. This is like really advanced. He's already all the way pushed up street on this OE, I think. Or is he middle?
HP slash.
He's definitely middle. Never mind.
Top cat TJ.
Yeah, middle one shot. Okay. And he gets traded out. They're spawning close. I think Dashy's worried about the guy top.
4 or 3.
I got down. You can be mid on me.
You middle dead.
Nice job.
Nice.
They're spawning behind them.
Front,
Spawn mid.
front.
Put a spawn in the back.
Yeah, it took him a while to realize that. That's kind of shocking. He needs to change the color of his arrows, bro. Those are too hard to see.
I got stunned. We're in the back. Two in the back. Two in the back. Wait.
Good stun.
1 HP in the back. Wait. Cannot be any weaker. Cannot be any weaker in the back.
I'm back there.
Absolute again.
I need again.
I don't know, falling for it. I called him Kylo instead of Kenny. That's hilarious.
What's up? I'm mid.
TJ was not ready for that. So you see this close spawn. This is for, I think that might have been a 4 old spawn, but no, I think the timer was well under 10.
Back up and hold those spawns that Bruce is at.
Yeah, I got you.
Sometimes that I can't remember if that timing is different from title to title. Sometimes I think if you die before 10, then you won't spawn new on your respawn, even though you're technically spawning under 10, and other CODs it will. It's kind of bizarre. Or 15. Sometimes the flip is 15. I think it was last year.
Yeah, only look at mid. Yeah. Try to play the mid.
The spawning in this building? I think if you spawn with direct line here, this might be preferred. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it would be indicative of somebody owing the right side. Because why and also that no one's close mid able to cut this because they wouldn't spawn there. I think if somebody was like in this cut mid, but I think this is like somebody's blocking either this line of sight, so the spawn in the back, and also the just imagine that the mini map is a little bit bigger. This building to the right of him behind it.
I'm playing the left.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, start him our middle. Left side middle.
He's left side middle, so I'm wrong. They spawned there regardless.
Actually needed. He's our middle. Teach.
Either that or he just wasn't close enough to that.
I'm on. Let's get at me. Make it.
So they're still spawning close in this building. I'm not sure if this is flippable.
One shot.
Wait, we didn't flip, right?
What's the time? What's the time?
Make it, teach. I
One
got
mid on me. Slash him mid, hitting through.
Nice job.
I have to put a red dot on.
He's low. Our middle.
You can chase him. Yeah, I'm here.
He's not picking me middle. He went to time or some shit.
He went time.
Yeah, so they're still spawning in the back now. It's kind of a ridiculous spawn. I'm not gonna lie. This is fucking absurd. Like there's no momentum that you could ever gain to get time on this hill. Like there's just none. This is your only spot. You can just prone right here and watch the OE and have your teammates play your front. But you're always just gonna get outpaced by the team spawning where Optic spawning here.
Our lobby, Austin. I'm
I'm looking for him.
Our lobby, sit up. One shot on the
Reese is absolute deep left.
Missing TJ.
We're missing. No, Reese is back left. Reese is back left.
No, miss TJ.
So you still see these close spawns even when they're on time here. So like they spawn, they take 2 steps, they're in line of sight of the guy. Like this is absurd.
2 left street. One more deep left street.
Oh, Reese. In our bow door. In node.
And he doesn't do like the only option that you have is to prone. Just like don't take a challenge. Don't even bother.
Last guy vault.
Vault, not peeking me.
I got 2 middle.
You in middle. That guy in middle. You stay, Brandon. Stay.
I have our love.
Where do you have?
And then, oh wow. So the team here can deny all this time. Probably like not going to get a lot of time. See, Optic's not getting a lot of time here. But what you can do with this spawn is just secure next. Dashy probably shouldn't be looking at his front here. Should probably be helping on the cross while his teammate gets in position. Yeah, so this is better. His teammate's in position now. This guy just spawned close. There's a guy on time, so but you know, you just checked it. Nothing's gonna be there. He's gonna go play for the guy. Time is outer.
Play my top, bro. Get my top.
2 out old. TJ.
Too old. They know one's outer. The guy outer might force spawn him back into like the behind this building area.
I'm living.
No, he spawned. Wow. He just spawns on the point. Like this is for all intents and purposes. They might as well just spawn him on the hill. This can't happen.
I'm my friend.
I have the back.
So you need a guy palm to stop this. If you don't have a guy like pushed up top steps or like close palm or just something with this line of sight, because I don't know if you spawn like back here. I think it's a whole different spawn. Like you'll spawn like up here in the middle here, but I don't know how much more advantageous either of those are. There's 2 in the back. He wins 2 huge gunfights. Yeah. And so this is their full 60 easy. There's no breaking this. There's 3 hit the back and they just got taken out easily, bro. This is the most effortless shit I've seen in my life.
They can shot the right, guys. You heard?
That's not even right.
Top cat, Gwyn. How is he dead? Top cat. Send him my fucking spawns. He went to the right.
He's just trying to run a mid. One shot back right. I have the cross.
Yeah, and so now they're all crossing here. Let's see where Shotzi spawns because now they have that palm line.
They're crossing you. Yo, they're crossing. I can't help you.
Yeah, and he spawns deep right. So you need that. You need that palm line, I guess. I mean, you need a guy palm line in order to break these. Because I think if you have a guy palm, and if you can get a guy in this building, I don't know where you spawn Optic.
Flip, bro, you're
I
good.
stunned for you.
I think
stunned-
it-
I stunned two for you.
I feel like it has to flip.
One shot slash up. I promise you.
I have it,
Aim
I
inside
have
though,
it.
Ken. Aim inside though. Last guy
I
slash.
got it.
It's a
He's
big
slide,
one.
slide dead.
Nice.
Right there, right there. Yo, we should push.
Y'all go.
And so that's free. They're gonna be spawning deep palms. There's 15
One-
left.
One to the right.
Go
One to the
right,
right.
go
There's
right.
one top
This
cat.
one up.
You guys heard top cat? Out top cat.
Yeah,
Where?
we're that.
By the way, I can't see my
I'm
time
gonna
in game. I don't know what that is.
Nice, one spawn over.
So I'm always just guessing what time it is.
Dead.
One more to me.
Alright, another guy over Reese.
Okay, so the guy top hall, there's a guy here, and then so it's gonna be new spawns. So getting these kills on old are kind of not the greatest, but I mean you gotta get them because they're not just three sitting on it.
Bro. Missing Gwyn. That's the only guy missing.
We're like line or something.
Yo, Reese's are.
Yeah, that's actually a great play by Vivid. Like Vivid turns around and he expects it.
Middle, 1 HP.
Hey, I'm playing it alright, bro.
Sub out now.
And so they're spawning street.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
deep
really
right
on
on
the cat.
Make cut.
Dashy spawns palm. I think that guy spawns street. So whatever would cut that. Maybe there being a guy pushed up their side mid would force them not to spawn in the back, and the street cross, like the spawns over where Buddy's at, over towards street. I think those would get blocked because a guy pushed up mid would have that cut off because that's a very open part of the map. So this is just a more secure spawn where the line of sights are, or it just you're not as close to immediate lines of sight to mid shells. It would also imply that no one's top
I
hall.
needed the cat. One scat on you, man.
Hey, rep cat.
Nice. Missing Reese, make cut, bro. Make cut. He might have
Top cat. There's top cat.
Dead.
Nice, I'm
Let's
here.
go. Let's go.
On top slash. Back left dead.
Absolutely.
Good
Good
shot.
I'm
shots.
1 HP.
One shot as fuck, bro.
I'm 1 shot as fuck, dude.
They lobby. They lobby.
I'm
I'll be
right,
dead.
3
I
seconds.
got time.
Killed their lobby.
Give my
right.
Bruce. Nice. Missing one. Go in.
I don't know how he's getting the freest kills of his life. He's vault hanging, shooting him with his pistol. This is fucking trolly, dude. What have they done to our Treyarch gods?
He's at the
I
hop
spawned
up.
out, bro. I spawned out. I gotta live. I spawned out.
Bro, dude, I don't know where these guys are.
You get it. Just
All right, so spawn here. Yeah, I don't know where these guys are. I'm pretty sure his teammate just spawned in the deep left building. He just spawned on the right building here. So yeah, no idea. I guess that would imply that someone OE'd street because he didn't spawn, or this guy spawned here, and then no, because then Dashy would have spawned here. It would be flipped. There could be a guy street though, maybe in the building, in the spawn building, playing for P2. That makes this spawn finicky.
I'm middle.
I could've got. Hold on. Nice shot.
Push it to the left, Jordan.
Nice.
Go. I have the lobby. Give my cat.
Top cat.
Top cat, 1 HP.
I'm tempted to know where this guy is. Where this gunfight's going on between these two up
Good
top.
time.
I got
In
through.
there,
I got
like,
through.
in
Every kill you, they spawn off. I got through.
Hey, I hear. We
Might
just
be
spawned
Let's
in
back through middle.
I'm in front.
Alright, what, yo, two in new. The
In
the
there?
truck. Yeah, in new.
Yo, one's out slash.
Yeah, and they're spawning street side, obviously. And he didn't expect Slasher to hit old, I
One's
suppose.
out slash.
Top that truck.
Win absolute on the
Their
cat.
truck Reese, bro. This gun's.
Another guy.
Yeah, he spawns deep left, so that this is pretty standard, but I think there'd be a guy hallway or something.
I'm pulling the GBDBR out, dude. One's
That's
front lobby.
Yeah, one's middle.
Let's go.
What's
I'm
cat?
okay with that
Cat,
shit.
cat.
That's that guy?
One, their cat. He's probably like lobby
Let's
playing.
let him.
He said our cat. What is cat? That's up here? No? There's no way that's up here because they're not. So catwalk in the middle. But he said our cat, so it makes sense now why they didn't spawn deep right on this building directly behind where Dashy is right now. Imagine the minimap's bigger all the way back here. Like, so that does make sense why they spawned deep left. So getting this palm line here and blocking these like what would these be, P4 spawns? Those are actually really, really good because you're buying like your team an extra 40 fucking meters. That's a big deal.
One's outer slash. Slash is outer.
Lobby on the stairs. Gwyn, just on the stairs. Running up cat.
Okay, dead.
Nice.
On time.
Slash is
So that guy
deep right,
caught dead.
Hit twice.
One's deep right, slash.
He's one bullet, bro.
Slash.
Why did he say top mid twice? Like hit twice? Or they hit it twice? I didn't even see the red dot on the map. This game is broken.
Stay down. Make him move.
I push. Oh, you can't see him. Let me try.
I'm in the back.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on in the back here. This can't happen though.
Shut on. One guy's top truck.
So they're getting their cuts.
Could have flipped.
A little bit disorganized. Dashy spawns on a hill. I'm pretty sure that was directly after this gunfight was won. But none of them are pushed up top hall. So they're just going to spawn for this hill. And I think this is actually bad. This is a bad flip. How much time is left?
Hey, on the front, boys. Good shit, boys.
Hey, front, Austin.
I can help you front. Sell
Absolute.
I can't see it because of the sub. No. Oh, they got a full 30. Yeah, 30 seconds. Like, not so bad. That's pretty good.
I killed him
No,
front.
that's my front.
Wait,
They're
Ozzy,
mid.
So now they have a guy pushed up there. Cat. That's gonna force spawn them on the back right building.
They're mid.
Maybe in the back.
That's gonna be that's like a 4 new spawn. Oh wait, yeah, they could be. They're probably just spawning in the back. What am I saying?
I have it at the back. Look at front. Look at front. In the back.
I just assumed they were blocking it, but yeah, there's no reason to block that.
He's done. He's one is done.
Nice,
Did you
nice.
spawn,
Alright,
Ken?
shit.
They actually should back up. You do not want to block that spawn here.
Close left.
In the back
They're
again.
in the back.
You should play new.
It's just
You play
one
new.
back.
Go house. Go
They're
house.
already on
Go
you.
all
They're
the way
already on
around.
you.
And I think Buddy's telling him to go play new here. And yeah, this is wise because by stepping up here, you're kind of blocking the spawn. Which I mean, I guess it's under 10 now, but you really want them to spawn here. And the reason for like playing, like one way to play this at a higher level, I guess. I'm not saying Dash don't play at a high level, but if they spawn here and they kill Dashy, and then in a position where they can run out, like say they hit up here, Dashy could actually spawn like deep, like up top even further, basically kind of in the same spot where the people over here spawn for P2, but parallel to it a little bit. And that's not a spawn you want to have going into new. So just keeping the guy in the back alive and just like getting out is probably better.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Mid
go
door,
house,
mid
go
door.
house.
Yeah,
Okay, go.
Because it's not always about who gets the kills. It can be more about who gets the first kill. Because the first respawner is going to spawn in the highest priority spawn, and if that's somewhere that you actually don't want to spawn, even though it's like highest priority in the game files or whatever, in the spawn system, whatever, like it might not always be the best.
Hey, Jack, get your cross. Just get
He's
to the back.
stopping me.
You
Stop me.
good?
Can you get to me?
I got you. You're good.
I think he's all right. I don't really think it applies to that situation. It was
I'm
just
not gonna
something.
TJ. Dead.
I got
One
it.
more.
Something to mention.
Push them out front house.
See, so that's like a weird one, right? So see, they kill each other at the same time here, but it obviously news popped.
Walk going left.
They have control. I think maybe there might be a guy in the
I'm
back.
gonna play for spawns.
Yeah, and see, he spawns here because they killed each other at the same time. But I think it's more or less because they were blocking the back. But if there was a situation where that gunfight went down 1 second sooner in the back, right? And say Shotzi lost that gunfight, then the guy he just fragged right here 2.5 seconds ago would have just spawned in the back, like of that back right building for new and for next. So it would have actually been worse for him to get that frag kill, depending on this, like what happened directly afterwards with his team and what was going on there. He was just kind of unnecessarily out of position, in my opinion. But
Oh,
like it's 11 days in, it's not that big a deal.
yes. He's top. He's
Right,
top.
they
I'll
can
go
go
just-
to-
Take your time, mate.
I spawn killed him. I'm out of ammo.
Nice.
Every kill this.
Your slash is beacon. Beacon middle.
Pick up one. Nice. This one
Nice
behind you,
job.
Brennan.
Hey,
I
look.
had the cut.
The slasher playing the fucking
I have him cut.
They're
I'm still
literally
top, bro.
the my idea, I guess. Play the midgut and pray.
I'm going to time, bro.
The guy's
I
in.
got time.
He went low.
What
He
the
went low.
fuck?
So he was waiting for this OE, and now this guy I think is gonna block these close outer spawns, and he's gonna spawn in the same spot.
Slasher pinch is behind you.
They're still spawning in the building. What the fuck?
He said, Kenny's saying they're still spawning in the building. Where was he? I would like to know. It's kind of hard to say.
Beacon middle.
Pick up one. Nice.
Become middle. Kenny's running here.
This one
Nice
behind you,
job.
Brennan.
Hey,
I
look.
had the cut.
I think he's middle. Spawn behind you, Brandon.
Nice. Reese still here. Remember
Looking
kill.
So he spawns parallel. So the fact that this guy spawns street means that the building, like all the spawns over here, are blocked in the back right of this building, and also the spawn where Dashy spawned earlier is also blocked. So yeah, they are spawning in the back with him.
He's in the building. 100%.
I'm going to time, bro.
I'm kind of curious. I think this guy came from middle,
got-
so it's just chaos.
That's
Like
it, Ken.
He went low.
they get the street cut.
Fuck you.
Out the
Pinch
door.
slasher pinch is behind you.
That's an insane
They're still
pinch.
spawning in the building. What the fuck?
Okay. And Kenny says they're still spawning in the building. I'm pretty sure he was flanking all the way around. I'm pretty sure when he was in when you get the long line of sight in the back spawn. Here, wait. I have Microsoft Paint just for this. This is Vault. So here, I'm looking for it. So here's like wow. They just completely didn't put these little archways in. But here's the hill that they're on right now. And so Kenny was so the other team spawns like, let me change this to red. The other team spawns like here in the back, blah blah blah. I think Kenny pushed up back here and he got this line of sight blocking all these spawns. But what that did is because Kenny is so far out of a line of sight for the spawns inside this building, because he would have to run all the way up to even be able to look inside of there. Because of all that, the other team, I'm pretty sure, just spawned inside of the building. So with these squad spawns, it's not necessarily as much about position as it is about how close you are to opening up a particular line of sight. And yeah, so this would apply here. This is obviously stupid. This is obviously not how the game should be. This is really awful. Really, really awful. Because in a traditional spawn system, you could say, oh, okay, a guy's here. Okay, we'll make it so this guy can't spawn in this building because that's obviously bullshit. But here we are. Because what we do know for a fact is that they still spawned in this building, like Kenny said, and nobody on Optic was blocking this spawn right here for P2. Where Dashy spawned and where they were spawning temporarily. So, yeah. I mean, is what it is.
We spawned out, Ant. Take it down.
Nice, nice, nice.
Okay, I'm going on top, bro.
He's in between unknown.
I can't see him.
Yeah,
He's mid. Wow.
So they spawn close on this building. One's probably mid. Buddy just called out he's mid because they didn't spawn in their typical spot.
I'll take a time, bro.
Oh, he's in between to the right. In between to the right.
I can't see him. He's just holding
I
close right,
naded
bro. Kind of challenge.
I started my time. I might have naded you. You're gone. Peace.
Nice, one time.
You're gone, peace. All right, so there. See, and like, here's the thing: you're kind of playing for new, and you're stacked up on rotation here, giving the other team info that 3 of you are street. The problem with that is that when you give them info that 3 of you are street this early, even though like obviously they spawned here, this is what you do, but if the other team just spawns in this building, then you're never going to be able to outtrade them, and they don't have to focus as many resources on the other side of the map where a catwalk is and where middle is. So, like, it makes it much easier for them to hold just by giving them info.
Top race.
Okay, top,
Absolute top race.
Let me make it.
And so, yeah, you basically just have full info. That
I stop.
Make it, bro. Sit down. Make it.
Dead. Absolutely can.
Top priest 1 HP. He's not gonna peek.
Good check in.
Ken gets a kill mid-cut. There's still a guy in this building. And they should start spawning deep left now because nobody has the palm.
Top right.
Not Optic, but the other team should. So they shouldn't be able to cut this street off so quickly.
I'm so one, bro.
Yeah, take it.
Or at least, like, chow straight down the street. Not cut the street. That was the wrong word.
Line.
I have your front door.
Like Tachi, he went back there.
Can't see
I'm
him.
saying, bro. On the right on me,
So mid-spawn.
Austin, bro.
I would assume that means nobody's pushed up catwalk on the other team,
Right, deep right.
which is probably just common sense. Somehow one of them's in the back.
One of
On the right. Absolute on the right, Austin, bro. Bottom house.
We spawned out, Ant. Take it down, bro.
I killed Austin.
Try to Austin.
Yeah, they're gonna spawn out there. That's just how that goes.
Back left, T, dead.
Nice.
Okay.
Good shit.
Nice,
Let's
good
get
time,
Let's go.
Good time.
He's weak.
Trusty's up top, but I don't think he blocks. I don't think they actually block. They're just gonna spawn in the back.
He's left door, Ken.
Left dead.
No, but Ken was pushing up palm, so he actually blocked that spawn. So yeah, they spawned back here, and Dashy's just finding this out. This guy actually, they might have actually been blocking this, and this guy was just playing this building, and he rotated back out once Shotzi was made all that noise.
In the back.
Yeah, in the back. I'm living.
Against splits.
Keep me center. Yeah, one's in the back still. One's in the back. Yeah, just play side.
I got him.
Breaking this hill is crazy.
Time. I have a side look.
I have the back.
I have the front door.
Side door, TJ one.
Yeah, so they have a guy top cat. So this spawn, I don't know actually where Ken spawns here.
He's
They're
okay.
pro.
Wait, nice job. Another one mid.
They killed the guy in the back, so it's quite
Mid door,
possible
mid door.
Ken
Front door, Bruce. Absolute.
spawns in the back. Yeah, and see, that's what I'm talking about kill orders, right? Like the guy dying catwalk just when he died. If buddy in the back loses this gunfight, then the guy that just on the other team that just died catwalk will spawn where buddy just spawned. I think it's Kenny in this case, right here. So yeah, just little things like that. Just it can all come down to one gunfight, and that can make or break. In this case, like over 20 seconds of time.
Absolute, Bruce. I promise you. Front left.
Nice.
Pick
Right.
the back. You probably hit
Let's go south to me.
I have it.
There's 2.
Yeah, and so they're getting those close mid spawns. They're hitting old. I don't really like hitting it, honestly. It's just lost at this point. Like, what's the point of trying to break a fucking P4 on this map with 20? I mean, I guess you're down by 100, but yeah. It's not the wisest of
One
calls.
side door, me, bro.
1 HP.
I'm
Slash.
hoping you guys sell it.
And now they just get cleaned up. They respawn, but buddy just spawns out.
Side door, me. Side door.
Eh?
Nice. Dude, last guy going.
Oh, he was just mid. He was just mid. I thought he spawned deep. The minimap being so small is so annoying, dude. Oh my gosh.
One shot. Our cat.
So now the palm line is closed. And yeah, he died at the perfect time, I think, here. We're about to see. If he spawns back here, then that's telling.
Reese, one.
I'm more vault low-key, actually.
I don't wait that.
No, well, he's not going to spawn there, I don't think, because that was too close.
I'm at
Nice,
you.
Brandon, good
Hey, we
shit. I
flip.
spawned out, Brandon. Spawned back out.
One's
All spawned out.
Yeah, spawned out, Brendan. I don't know where the fuck he spawned, because it doesn't even show his green dot.
I'm punching
that?
the
One's
cat.
academy, close,
I'm
close.
playing the guy cat. I can't see him.
So yeah, AJ somewhere. He jumped out mid.
Spawned out though, it doesn't really make sense because you're spawning for new. Kind of is no spawn out there.
Oh,
Reese is
God,
weaker,
that's
cat.
the worst timing. Absolutely behind you,
This-
AJ. He's top cat. One shot,
It's
TJ.
possible
on the
they
right.
know something I don't.
Nice.
One more
Stop
here
pots,
somewhere,
stop pots.
He's like, Vault.
For
I
sure.
think
Reese shit on bad. Wow.
he be cutting me, be
I got
cutting
you,
me.
I got you.
The lobby to cat. The lobby to cat. After that.
It's another heavy lobby to cat. Probably this guy, lobby to cat.
Lobby to cat, looking at it. Lobby to cat,
One shot
TJ.
going, one shot going
1
mid.
HP.
Cat, one shot, Bruce.
TJ fighting for his life, gets pre-fired off. They're still on time, but they kind of lost cat control. They're on their last guy. So they're not going to get any time. And once again, this is just kind of like Optic denies all the time on these scrappy hills. They don't even try and commit to time so much. You see Ravens are very much trying to get this time. Optic's not really trying so much. They're just trying to kill them off time. And then Optic just win the money hills somehow. Even if...
Time, wait, go in. And then make
Yeah,
it.
let's
Win
get
shit
this
on
guy.
time.
This guy's on.
Like-
Let's make it. Let's probably make it.
Wait, last guy
Yes,
time.
Mid.
More.
I've cat.
And now they have enough dead. They leave it white. And then once they get like 3 dead, they're chilling. So then they know that they're spawning kind of like back P2 here.
I've cat.
They gotta go mid.
And they're playing for this time instead of playing for like a flip, which is probably wise because you're going to be man down. One of your teammates is off respawn. Your other teammate just took a gunfight mid. See, you need to make them push up in this situation, the Ravens in this case, and like take gunfights to try and get you off of time. So you're kind of using that to try and get some opening kills to take some space and flip these spawns out for P2.
Can't vote. This guy's like taking the vote.
You don't just like
I revolve.
do what I would do,
Just
like a
look at
brain
this
dead
guy.
moron, and
Look at
run forward like a headless chicken.
No ammo,
These
dude.
guys only.
And you see that TJ plays it for top hall control, which, like I said earlier, adds a good bit of distance for the other team to be able to get in line of sight of P2, and it just spawns them out in general. So it's not a bad place to be at all.
This guy actually sucks cock.
And he actually, by getting top hall control too, he can help on P1 for the remainder of that time. You can get control of that for row. Like it's
Fuck it, land.
I hear.
very good play by TJ just to hit low there, make an unexpected play.
I needed lobby.
TJ, shit on.
I didn't get it.
Now TJ loses control, but it's not the end of the world.
Go. Outside left.
Yeah,
Now they're saying go. I think because they want them to spawn behind them because it's right before 10 seconds. So I think they, once again, like a kill order thing, they want to try and just get a lucky flip. But there's got to be one guy at least on Ravens, and based on map position alone, like Optic should spawn pretty much same
One
spot.
going outside and one
Cat
behind you.
slash. That's where he's at. Cat.
Okay.
We should try to single this kid out, cat. Look.
Yeah, and they spawn palm.
He's probably gonna go like
Yeah.
right truck or some shit.
This guy spawns back mid here. This isn't normal.
Let's kill this guy out.
Time dead. He's game.
Win it out.
I mean, it's normal, but
He's out of the play.
What?
He's scamming, dead.
I think it implies that there's a guy up here.
Nice,
let's
man.
go.
He's attacking me. I left him for you guys to kill
I'm
him.
trying the back. I'm trying the back.
Mid door. He went their truck. Their truck. Going to you, AJ. Going to you,
3
AJ.
back. 3. 2 went to the back to the other way.
Yeah, I mean, they're spawning in the back.
Just trying to keep him up. I can shoot
So
the
Dash is just trying to stay up here. This is wise. He's got 2 people on his screen. He's probably fucked. He also gave up his whole left cut. Like, his whole job here is just play the
Touch
lives.
his other pots. Dead. One
Reese
more.
is holding
Back
the
door.
back.
Back door.
Two in the back,
Tom,
two
wait.
in front side time, front left time.
This isn't a
Okay,
No trophy
This
on
isn't
top.
a TikTok pub.
On top of the truck. On top of the truck.
I'm under this guy. Top of the truck dead.
Flash his outer pots.
Reese is close.
just hitting up middle. I mean, do you understand like the fucking the player? He just hugged left while Dashi held outer for a couple seconds at the very end. He just hit out left and took that little bit of time that there was available and used it perfectly.
Close somewhere.
Mid.
He ends up getting caught out.
Let's get mid truck.
Mid truck, Reese. Dead.
And there's another flanker. Wait, this pred right here. Can't even see him on screen. That's nice.
Nice job.
This teammate just died right there. I was talking about how he hit up the back, but no, obviously not.
Alright.
Let me back right away.
Are there?
Yeah, they
I-
still
I-
Nothing
I-
back, nothing back. Maybe one.
They spawn mid. Spawn mid.
I got some. Go, AJ.
Top truck.
They should spawn behind this building over here, like towards street.
TJ. Absolute front door. One shot.
Yo,
outside.
Yeah. It's a spawn mid is crazy.
Far right.
Oh,
Nice.
dead. One more front door me.
Another guy there going. They're both weak, both
Set it,
weak.
have you push, have you push.
Let's go. Yeah, minutes.
I have it.
We win.
Good help,
Okay.
bro, good shit.
Nice job.
Okay. Now they're just gonna spawn behind you guys probably again because you have 2 dead. Once it's kind of a weird timing once again.
Last guy could go mid,
Yeah, we don't win.
They spawn back. They might
Yeah, they might spawn in the back. You want them to spawn in the back here.
spawn back, bro.
And once again, Brandon turns around. I say Brandon like I know. But fucking Batman turns around and like plays for this kill, I'm not sure how valuable it is.
Watch out, go in.
I stun him. I can't see him. I
I'm
can't
at
see
you,
him.
I'm at
One
you,
HP,
I'm at you.
Vivid.
The game's
Back.
fucking over, so.
Back door.
So these are the load then.
I don't know where anyone's at.
I did. Nice.
He spawns front. Yeah, and he immediately looks right. Fucking loved it.
Nice,
These
yeah,
guys
four.
are not
Get down,
playing
get
the
down.
game, I don't think.
You expect a guy to be here. Last guy's got to be here because why would you spawn in front of this building? Takes you a fucking millisecond to realize that you spawn in front of this building just because the base spawns for this hill is ass. But just instinctually, it's like, wait, why the fuck am I here? There has to be a guy to my right. There's not, probably.
Nice.
Wow, I love the sub.
All right. He said he loves this sub. This is just after the patch yesterday. I'm pretty sure nothing changed about the sub, by the way. Raised the range by like 0.6 meters. But I think I'll segment this video. That's 30 minutes on Vault, and we'll go to the next map because this is a full set of scrims.